The presence of a button on the clothing of a former regional executive officer during a virtual appearance of the Public Accounts Committee on Monday was a source of challenge and objection by Minister Gail Teixeira. The button featured a photograph of Forbes Burnham.
I find it odd that this is a Public Accounts Committee with the public servants, and that the former REO's backdrop and his button on him make him very partisan, which is quite unprofessional and unpublic service-like.
She contended that the former REO, Rupert Hopkins, is free to express his political opinion outside the meeting of the Public Accounts Committee.
I find it very unusual for a former public officer to be doing what he's doing. So that is just a comment and an observation, because I've never seen this happen at the public service before. That, the public servants, even the former ones, whether they're politically partisan or not, tend not to wear all their badges all over them to declare their partisanship.
PSC Chairman German Figueroa retorted that the former REO was in the confines of his home.
And he's here not as a private citizen, he's here as a former public official who held the post of REO to answer to the public accountant.
I hear you and I agree with you, but the man is in the comfort of his own home and he chooses to sit wherever he chooses to.
And the button is part of his home, right? The button is part of his home. Well,
himself with certain paraphernalia. That's his business.
But Mr. Teixeira accused Figueroa of setting a standard.
I specifically said once they are not in a interesting position. But if the comfort of their own home, wherever they choose to do their business in addressing the concerns of the Public Accounts Committee in a manner that we don't find reprehensible, then we can deal with that. But given the fact that we have accepted at this Public Accounts Committee a virtual platform, and the fact that you have raised some observation that seems to be concerning for you, then this committee can take it up on its own and set certain criteria.
Member Joretta Finance noted that there was no party paraphernalia displayed by the former REO.
When Ms. Jaikaran is showing up, what we do see on display is photos of former presidents of our country, but there is absolutely no paraphernalia displayed for any political parties. I think that we need not put that on a record that we have party paraphernalia.
Ms. Teixeira said that she was grateful that the former REO did appear.
The issue of being sensitive to the Public Accounts Committee, which is dealing with public servants and public officials, not partisanship. And so in this PAC, we ask many questions of REOs, whether they are sympathetic to the government or sympathetic to the former government or vote in a different way. That's not our interest. Our interest is to make sure we get answers. In the PAC, we have generally not been partisan in our views as a PAC itself. So when you have a former public servant come before you with a button on him that says, Burnham, yeah, obviously he's declaring his partisanship.